What does someone mean when they say self-reliance? I am going to give the answer while showing some simple apparatus solutions to a puzzle. I started making these videos ostensibly about video game programming in order to broaden my skills of video editing, short essays, social media, and public speaking. So in a way, this is my idea of self-reliance, not being afraid to try new things. I've been thinking about it, and there are two ways to think about self-reliance. People once called someone a Renaissance man or a polymath in the spirit of having a wide ability and personal resources. Some modern people call it the mouthful of multipotentiality to distinguish this kind of self-reliance from the second kind. This second, more common use of self-reliance means thinking independently. This is exemplified in Apple's grammatically questionable slogan of "Think Different." But a few years before that, self-reliance was the title of an essay written in 1841 by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson was complaining about what he saw as a conformity of thought, especially about Christianity. But the ideas ring true today. For example, here's a quote. He says, "A man must consider what a blind man's bluff is this game of conformity. If I know your sect, I anticipate your argument." He goes on to complain about people not thinking things through for themselves. He says, "Well, most men have bound their eyes with one or another handkerchief and attached themselves to some one of these communities of opinion. This conformity makes them not false in a few particulars, but false in all particulars." I cannot help but think Emerson's ideas apply just as strongly today as in 1841. So to summarize Emerson's key points of self-reliance, they are 1. Thinking independently, 2. Embracing your individuality, and 3. Bravely striving towards your own goals. These points sound a lot like talking points of American culture, so I guess Emerson was influential. I feel like our words and actions are hypocritical. We talk about thinking independently, but then our actions are conformist. Do you feel the tension between the individual and the collective? Where does self-interest end and community begin? How do we recognize those on whom we are reliant? Too much self-reliance means we may not get the help when we need it. If we try to be self-reliant but do not have the personal resources to handle the situation, we fail. Heroes from mythology to modern-day fiction are highly self-reliant. The hero's journey often involves realizing self-reliance. This sets an unrealistic expectation for most people. I recommend not to be self-reliant all the time, but be thoughtful about when to be self-reliant. Think about what circumstances to do something yourself versus hiring it out. In my mind, there are 3 good reasons to do something yourself. 1 is if you really enjoy doing or learning to do it. 2, if you want a particular result or to achieve a superior or otherwise unattainable result. And 3, to save a significant amount of time and money, and this really should be a significant dollars per hour to you. Ideally, you would do it for more than one of these 3 reasons. So what are the bad reasons to do something yourself? Maybe an ignorance of a better solution? Or you do it out of habit? Or maybe you're overly picky about how it gets done? Or maybe there are significant barriers to arrange the work to be done by someone else? Or maybe you're just not valuing your time highly enough. In your life, what do you choose to do yourself versus hire out? Driving your car, doing your taxes, home repair, grocery shopping, financial planning, bicycle or car maintenance, cooking, sewing, washing your clothes, voting, dog walking, landscaping, healthcare, house cleaning, dentistry, clothes making, pottery, electronics, bookbinding. So a final 4 points about developing self-reliance. The first one is to develop an internal center of control. Focus on things within your control and let go of the rest. Second, develop a sense of mastery. Set modest and achievable goals. to build a better sense of accomplishment. 3. Know your self-reliance limits. Getting the support we need is better than falling short. This sentiment mirrors the inscription at the ancient Greek oracle of Delphi, which says, "Know thyself." And 4. Get positive feedback. Have a support network you can discuss successes and failures in a safe, positive way. I will leave you with one more quote from the famous essayist Anais Nin. She said, "I will not adjust myself to the world. I am adjusted to myself."